Hello everyone, Hard Luck Bears fan here, and today I wanted to talk about every Hard Luck Bear show ever made. I wanted to make a video in this style for a while, but I didn't really find a good idea for a video like this. But here it is. By the way, almost all the information used in this video is taken from the Showbiz Pizza Wiki, so if you want to check it out, the link will be in the description below. And now, let's get started. So the first show I ever made was in 1979 by Arrow Factor and was brought to the IAAPA. This show was the successor of another similar show called Bear Country Jubilee. I want to talk about that show in another video. But it was not the same show. The show consisted of 8 characters, and these are Pete and Repeat Thornsberry on the left stage. On the center stage you have Billy Bill, Billy Wilbur, Billy Boy and Billy Bob. And on the right stage you have Mama Grandbags and lastly Goonie Bird. There's also a small character in the center stage called Choo Choo, but he will only bounce around with the music without talking, like on the Rocket Fire Explosion. This does not apply on the knoebels shows.
Me too!
Oh dear, it does not apply. This show was very primitive in a lot of things, like the fact that they had different face masks, non-mechanical pieces are separated from the fiberglass body shells, different size eyes, different yaw mechanisms, and they run on a primitive tone control system. The show was later sold to a theme park called Carowinds, but they didn't keep them as a Hard Luck Bears. They were actually retrofitted to the Honey Bear Bunch family reunion, and they ran until sometime around the 90s, when the attraction was replaced with Boo Blasters on Boo Hill. The characters were changed, and some of them being turned into girls, like Repeat, Bill Wilbur, and Goonie Bird. The names were also changed, and these were: Repeat was now called Aunt Lulabelle, Pete was now called Uncle Jingle Bell, Billy Bill was now called Barbell, Billy Wilbur, Ma Bell, Billy Boy was now called Nabob, Mama Grandbags, Granny Bell, and lastly, Goonie Bird was now called Samantha. And now you might be thinking that I forgot about Billy Bob. I didn't. I saved him for the last because he didn't change. His name was still Billy Bob, he was still a male, and even his clothes were kept intact. I think they didn't know what to do with him, or maybe they just wanted to keep him intact. I don't know, maybe it was both, I don't really care. After this first show, more customers came to purchase more shows, but some things were changed. A clear example are the face masks. This was because creative engineering wanted to standardize to robots, and some of these face masks didn't fit in the new head frames, so they have to resculpt the faces to fit in these new head frames. I think this was for the better, because the new faces looked way friendlier than the first ones. Like Pete. I personally don't like the first face that was made for Pete. I think it made him look more old and I don't think it fit the character well. But this new face, it made him look more friendly, but other faces I kinda wish they didn't change. I like the idea of Goonie Bird having a longer beak. Another thing that changed is the fact that the mechanisms were not bolted to the fiberglass shells anymore. They were now complete independent frames that the fiberglass were bolted into, making maintenance easier. Now, moving from the first show, now we go to the second one, the knoebels show. So this show was installed in 1980, and over the lifespan of the show, they changed a lot of stuff. The show got threatened by Disney, so the show name was changed from Bear Country Jubilee to the Country Bear Show. The show had their very own show tape. Well, actually they had 3 custom show tapes, none of them made by creative engineering. The first show tape was called Country Bear Picnic. The second one was called Hard Luck Bears Howdown Hoodanny. I don't give a fuck if I spell that right or wrong, I don't care. And the last one was called Rockin' Billy Wilbur and the Bearcats. 2 of these shows can be heard in excellent quality on YouTube, but one of them, Hard Luck Bears Howdown Hoodanny, it's not available. Well, at least not complete and on good quality. Recently, user Anondelimon uploaded a recording of this show. Here we can see part of the intro music, Mama Grandbags skit, and repeat song, but not the full show, unfortunately. Although it's a rough recording, it's nice to finally see a video that is not for playcenter Brazil. We're gonna talk about that one later in the video, okay? Now, let's talk a little about Rockin' Billy Wilbur and the Bearcats. This was the last retrofit from the show before it went to storage in 1995. In this show tape all the characters had costume change to match the 1950s theme. of rock and roll. This is one of the showbiz you can hear on YouTube. I just wanted to say I'm so sorry for the barks of the dog that is up in the background, but it's my neighbor's dog and I can't do shit, unfortunately. And if I yell at him, he will only bark more. I am so sorry about this. As I said before, in 1995 the show was put into storage, but Billy Boy got reused on a haunted house in the park. Pete and Repeat are now in knoebels museum, but Repeat's face mask melted over the last years, and now it's kinda sad to see. But there's pretty much nothing the park can do. That's what happened to the mask when they get old, and if they replace it, they will be replacing history. So all we can do is just to see the mask melt. And now that's a sad ending to the mask. Something interesting is the fact that knoebels show is one of the only shows that are still in existence, alongside the Chile show. We're gonna talk about that one too later in the video. Last thing I want to talk about knoebels show is the gorilla that was outside the theater. This one played the piano, and Mama Grandbags' head would pop out of the piano often. Apparently because she had a crush on him? Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. It's on No How Is Their Show tape. This gorilla resides now on CNN. Creative Engineering. Now, let's move to the next show, the Playcenter Brazil show.